In this video, we are going to go through question 4 of exercise 5D. The question asks us to simplify the following divisions by cancelling any common factors. Okay, so we have to do A, C, E, G, I, and K. Let's start with A. All right, so A, we have 5A over 10A. All right, so I am just going to rewrite this. Now remember 5A means 5 times A over 10 times A. Okay, now first let's simplify the coefficients. Okay, so remember that this is step 2 for to do algebraic division. Okay, step 1 is that we write it as a fraction, which has already been done for us, and step 2 is to simplify the coefficients. So the coefficients are the numbers. Now let's think back to when we learned how to simplify fractions, right? So we want to find a common factor of 5 and 10. What is the common factor again? So common factors are the number that can go into 5 and 10 here. So what number can do that? What number can go into 5 and 10? And that would be 5. How many times can 5 go into 5? And the answer is 1. How many times can 5 go into 10? And that's 2. Okay, and then the next step is that we would cancel any variables that are the same at the top and the bottom. Okay, so here I've got 1a at the top and 1a at the bottom. I'm going to cross it out. They cancel. So what we can see here is at the top we have the number 1, and at the bottom we have the number 2. So this expression here is simplified to 1/2, 1 on 2. Next, C, we've got 10xy over 12y. Okay, so let's rewrite this. So we have 10 times x times y over 12 times y. Okay, so again, first we need to find the common factor for 10 and 12. What number can go into both these? And that would be 2. How many times can 2 go into 10? 2 can go into 10 5 times, and 2 can go into 12 6 times. Then we simplify any variable, any letters that are the same at the top and the bottom. So here we have y at the top and y at the bottom. So once we cancel them out, what we have left at the top is 5 times x, or 5x, and at the bottom we have 6. Now for E, I'm going to write down here because I probably need more space. So we have 7x, y, z over 21 y, z. So that's 7 times x times y times z over 21 times y times z. Okay, so what is the common factor for 7 and 21? That would be 7. 7 can go into 7 and 21. How many times can 7 go into 7? That's 1. How many times can 7 go into 21? That's 3 times. Is there any letters that are the same at the top and the bottom? We have y here, so cancel that, and z. So at the top we have 1 times x, so 1x. We don't have to write the 1, so that's just x. And at the bottom we have 3 left. Okay, so it's simplified to x over 3. For g, we have negative 5x over 10 yz squared. Now, let's rewrite this. Now, for this one, we definitely want to rewrite this. So we have negative 5 times x over 10 times y times z times z. Okay, z squared is z times z. Now, what number can go into negative 5 and 10? The number would be 5. Okay, now, so what we're going to do is we are going to do negative 5 divided by 5. It's a negative number divided by a positive number, so this will give us a negative 1. Okay, negative 5 divided by 5 is negative 1, and 10 divided by 5, that's 2. 5 going to 10 2 times. And now I can't see any letters that are the same at the top and the bottom. Okay, we've got 2z, but they're both at the bottom, so we're not canceling them. All right, so what we have here is at the top we have a negative 1 times x. That's going to give us negative x. We don't have to write the 1. And at the bottom we have 2y, and because there's z times z, that is z squared. Now for I, we have negative 4a squared over 8ab. Rewriting this, we have negative 4 times a over 8 times a times b. All right, so what number can go into negative 4 and 8? Now, another trick is that instead of finding what number can go into negative 4 and 8, you can also just ignore the negative for the moment. Okay, it's still there, but we're just going to ignore it for the moment and ask ourselves what number can go into 4 and 8. And that number would be 4. So 4 goes into 4 once, and 4 goes into 8 2 times. Now I can see here that there is an a at the top and 1a at the bottom, so we're going to cancel that. So at the top, what do we have? We have a negative 1 times a. That's going to be negative a. And at the bottom, we have 2 times b, so 2b. And then finally, we've got k, and that is negative 21p over negative 3p. Now we got a negative divided by a negative. What is a negative divided by a negative? That is a positive, so we can rewrite this as 21p over 3p. Okay, because this the two negatives has basically become a positive, right? And the thing is, we don't need to write a positive. Okay, let me erase that. So then, now we have 21p over 3p. So what do we have here? What number can go into 21 and 3? That number would be 3. 3 go into 21 7 times. 3 go into 3 1 time. And I can see that there's a letter P at the top and the bottom, so cancel that. So what do we have? We have at the top 7 and at the bottom 1. 7 over 1. 7 divided by 1. Well, that's 7. So these are the answer for question 4 of exercise 5D. I hope this help.